calling my heart, calling my heart. Hey, wana, hey, ana, hey, hey. Pray within me, pray within me, pray within me. Hey, wana, hey, ana, hey, nay, hey, nay, nay. Ooh, 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 oh, Mother Earth, oh, Mother Earth, oh, Mother Earth, hey, you wanna, hey, hey, hey. Teach me to walk walk in your way. Hey, you wanna, hey, 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 hey. Oh, Father Sky, oh, Father Sky, oh, Father Sky, hey, you wanna, hey, hey, hey. Teach me to fly, fly in your way. Hey, you wanna, hey, hey, fly in your way. Grandfather, son, grandfather, son, grandfather, son. Hey, you wanna, hey, hey, hey. Shine on my way, shine on your way, shine on our way. Hey, you wanna, hey, 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 shine on our way. Grandmother moon, grandmother moon, grandmother moon. Hey, you wanna, hey, hey, hey. Shine with your light, shine through the night of my soul. Hey, you wanna, hey, 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 hey. Hey, 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 oh. Hey, hey, all becomes one, all becomes one, all becomes one. We wanna, when we are one, when we are one, one with the love, one with the love, one with the love.
Whoa! So I have to share that this very specific Song of Heart native prayer is every single week the soundtrack, I would say, of the journeys at Rythmia. So that means that over 8,000 journeyers have had their hearts crack open to the song of their soul. And I am so grateful to be able, after all these years, we kind of did the math. It's 2 decades of which we have known each other, Einat and Gerhard. And we met in the festivals of Israel
That's
And
right.
Right.
that, right? And you know, ever since then, we've somehow heart to heart have been connected. And so they say there's divine order and timing. And so here we are, able to reconnect after so many years,
It's
being in so many
wonderful. It's
different
really
of the
wonderful.
same platforms. Um,
Totally, totally.
It feels like it was
right.
yesterday anyway.
I know.
Yeah.
It
That's so
really
sweet
does.
to hear and very touching our hearts. I think this is the biggest gift of the music that have its wings. It's coming from our hearts, from our inspiration, but it really has its wings, and there is nothing that fulfill my soul more than knowing that it can provide such a beautiful
Right.
space and moment, and somewhere we are all connected with that.
That's wonderful. Yeah.
Yes. So on that note of wing to wing, what I would love, Einat, is for you to share with us, wing to wing, how did the music call you home? How did the music call your soul to be of such great service to the world?
Oh, well, I think that since I was a child, I really liked to sing and to dance. That's what made me happy. I don't. I'm sure we are all. It's not much difference than anybody else, but really, I was pulled so much for this singing and dancing since I was younger. And I remember going to empty rooms in the house where there was the echo and just dancing along with my shadow and singing. And it's first thing when I came back to school, like for a long, long period of time. I also had periods of time in my childhood that I felt a bit lonely or isolated from different people in my society or class for a certain period of time. And I remember that it was really bringing me in, but also enjoying to create that inner world, inner creativity of voice, of dance. I didn't know yet what it did in me, but journeying with the music is something that I did. Also, when I played piano as a child, I remember forgetting everything about the notes and just dreaming. And then I realized, oh, I was dreaming. And also with breathing before going to sleep, just breathing and feeling my breath. It's something that it so brings us into the present. And that was kind of, I was followed by that. I was also going to visual theater school, and learned a lot about voice and voice work and voice art with my beautiful teacher Ruth Wider from Israel. And along the way, I've been carrying it with me, but it was not yet the thing that I thought that I would do, like, in life. And somehow, in my 20s, I went to India. Then I met this beautiful man, which was fully in the music, in the back then, in the bhajan singing and circle singing and overtones. This was like the pioneer work where everything that I've known as that was there. And even after we've been together, we've been loving to sing and play together and create, but we didn't think that we will come to do that. And I also just felt like
Just happened.
it just happened.
It just
It just
happened.
happened, and the words started coming, and the songs and the melodies, and here we are.
Wow. That's real self attunement and awareness, I would say, which is what our theme is here today. So let's pass on the energetic talking stick to you, Gerhard. How did music find you?
Actually, it found me in a very early age. I was age 7 or 8 when I started playing. And it was a year after my father had passed away. And I was in a state of mourning. I didn't really know how to cope with that as a child. Like, what is death? How to deal with that kind of loss? And the music from the beginning was healing for me. I entered the realms of the music, and my soul found a comfort. My heart could relax, my whole being could relax. I played blues in the beginning, just screaming out everything, taking everything out. So it was a wonderful tool for me then. I didn't know it, I didn't understand it in that age. But now looking back, I know that's where my healing music journey started from the very beginning. And only later on, then years of bands, youth bands, rock bands. I went through the whole story, blues and rock and jazz. until I went traveling in my 20s. And then the whole thing took a very sharp turn. And I ended up in India, living in the Himalayas and opening up for the yoga of music, for the mysteries of music, meeting Sufis, meeting yogis. And the music just took a completely different turn. I never thought it would go in this direction, but it became my way. It became my way to, I believe, the wonderful way also to self-realization, to on a spiritual. I stopped my spiritual search when I found the music. I understood, oh, this is a journey that leads us all the way if we're fully dedicated to it. And that's been 25 years ago, this kind of, or 30 years ago. And all those years was that's my passion, you know. That's what I love. I love the magic of the music, the power of the music, to emerge inside the sound and to bring out the best possible that I can to the world. Like it's a gift that's not for granted. We all have our gifts and they are not for granted, but to bring them out, that's the, you know, that's such a joy. When I heard you in the beginning saying that about Einat's song, it just, this is the things that make you happy, you know. You spend so much time creating, doing, bringing out those things, and then suddenly realize, our music travels to here, to there, touches people over there, guides someone in a difficult moment over here. That's wonderful, you know.
I hmm. I think there is like a divine intervention in some ways, or this is the part of the great mystery where you never know the moment that you're creating something, what will come out of it, where it will go. We can never expect anything.
Right.
We can work hard for something and we never know what it will bring back, or we can just connect in a moment of attunement and bring something out of ourselves that is in resonance with the world in this period of time. And this is part of the great mystery and the magic of music, that sometimes we just meet.
Right.
So I know that part of the theme of you coming together as a couple and leading people on journeys, workshops, trainings, retreats is the word harmony. That harmonious song of the soul and coming together as a group to raise the vibration, the frequency, in order to live life in a new way. So can you talk about the work that you do when you do have like a group? I know that that's kind of a little bit right now, and it's different ways being offered. And in,
Right.
you know, when you were leading people on these very sacred journeys, to come into harmony. Can you speak about that work?
Mhm.
Look, it's been, it has different facets and different, takes little different directions, but the essence of what we always share in any workshop, in any retreat, is how to relate to music and to sound in a healing way, how to find a relationship to music and sound that benefits us on our journey, that helps us being more in tune with ourselves, with body, mind, and soul, that helps us to release stuff that we need to release, that helps us to energize us, to inspire us, that helps us to enter states of dream time, of meditation, of integration. The field is so large, but what we always do is sharing with people that for us, music is a temple. It's a universal temple of harmony. And it's a blessing that we have the music for all the world, for everyone. The music, when we enter it, we enter a field of energy, a field of harmony that is much bigger and that tunes us to the grand harmony of the universe, to the grand music of the universe. So, working with the music, let's more say opening up our consciousness to those realms of music. That's the real blessing. And that's what we try to share in our work. And then it takes different forms, different ways, more movement, more breathing, more conscious listening journeys, more active engagement in sound journeys, more singing, overtone singing, chanting, medicine songs, whatever, whichever direction it takes at the end. But the essence is really that it's a wonderful tool for us. Sound, movement, voice, to tune ourselves. Like we all have it. We don't need to go nowhere to buy that. We all have what we need for it. We have our voice, we have our breath, we have our body, and the music just is a vessel for us to bring all of that into harmony.
Another thing is also resonance. And we tend to have a very big sensitivities sometimes around our voice, around how it sounds, around singing, expressing ourselves. It's a lot of a journey into myself when I learn to allow myself to express, to sing, to not be held back or stop because of outside
Right.
voices or because of inside voices that were rooted in me. And I think each one of us feels that, and the people that have really called for music and for opening up as well with their ears, with their voices. This is a lot of work of also resonance. When we are in that stage where Gerhard was talking about, then the music is can come through. We can take a little bit less responsibility of what am I or how it sounds, but tuning in and saying what is this signature of mine, which is in my voice, which is in my hands,
Right.
which is in my heart, and this is how it's coming in the pure tones that will come from us. And when we are in tune and then we learn to open to music, how can I improvise? How can I just be there without knowing music and feel that I'm going the right way with my voice? It's a matter of feeling in tune. And we feel it when we are not in tune. We feel how to strengthen that core in us through music.
Like, every morning I start my day with a half hour to 1 hour of singing. That's my morning practice. I take my little Indian shruti box and a shaker or a Tibetan bowl, and I sing freely for an hour. I chant, sing, make overtones. I'll allow my voice to do whatever it wants to do. And my only observation is what is happening in my body. How is the movement of my energy? Slowly, slowly, I feel, there is still stuff releasing. There is still some emotion. It's coming out with the voice. Slowly, slowly, I feel how my energy is coming up, how I gain strength for the day, how I gain vitality, how I gain clarity. And after that 1 hour of morning singing, it's a different day. I'm really entering a different day, and I can be much more in service to what I want to bring to that world, and to do it in a harmonious way, in a tuned way. Like, it's a wonderful tool for that. And no one needs to be a musician for this. Everyone can do that. Everyone can have a benefit from the music and from the voice and from the sound for his personal life, to
So
live a better
beautiful.
life.
So beautiful. So, on that note of really surrendering to the music, we're going to close with another song, another prayer from the both of you. And
Okay.
before we do that, because as I said, like every week, everyone's like, how do we get the music? So,
Okay.
how do we find you?
Okay. How do we find us?
Well, all our music is in Spotify. All our music is in YouTube, iTunes, all the platforms like it is nowadays.
Our
Either
homepage that came
exactly,
lately back on air, a new homepage is healingworldmusic.com.
yeah.
And our page in Facebook, Gerhard and Einat. Look for Gerhard and Einat in Instagram. Actually, I just opened one, so please, if you would love to go and be my followers, I will. We really want to connect and share with you everything we have all over. And
But if someone searches under Gerhard and Enat, you will find us. Yeah, also in Spotify, also in YouTube, and all the platforms, all on our full names, Gerhard Fankhauser, Einat Gilboa. But Gerhard and Enat should do, Healing World Music should do, and you should get to all our music.
such a short time, and thank you so much for inviting us to share. And it's so good to see
Wonderful
you.
to see you.
And you know
So
where to
good to
find us
see the
now.
both of you. And as we go into listening to and feeling and embodying now your music, I just want to say thank you for touching the masses. Thank you for sharing who you truly are from the core of the call of the universe. And let us now go on a journey with you. Aho.
Thank you, Parashakti.
Aho.
Thank you, dear.
Escucha la música de la vida. Escucha el ritmo de la creación. Siente las canciones de la tierra y canta y toca tu canción. La música es mi medicina. La música es mi alegría. El ritmo del tambor tocando mi corazón. Las canciones son la puerta a la armonía. Escucha la música del río. Escucha el sonido del mar. Siente el susurro de los vientos, porque todo tiene su canción. La música es mi medicina. La música es mi alegría. El ritmo del tambor tocando mi corazón. Las canciones son la puerta a la armonía. La música es mi medicina. La música es mi alegría. El ritmo del tambor tocando mi corazón. Las canciones son la puerta a la armonía. Nay, 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 nay. Nay, 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 nay. Nay, 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 na, na, na. Nay, 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 nay. Nay, 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 nay. Nay, 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 na, na, na. La música es mi medicina. La música es mi alegría. El ritmo del tambor tocando mi corazón. Las canciones son la puerta a la armonía.
What a beautiful way to start a weekend. Thank you for joining us all the way from the Holy Land, Israel. Thank you. Thank you for sharing.
Thank
It
you
was
so much.
is such a gift. Such
For
a gift.
rythmia and you. Looking forward.
Mm. Till the next journey. Thank you.